All right, everybody good?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll do opening statement here from Coach Heupel and then open it up for questions.
All right, fantastic team win. We've talked about since I got here, just handling adversity, how were we going to handle it, coming together, digging deeper, pulling tighter together. You saw that in the second half. Defense, phenomenal second half effort. Offensively, we were able to do enough things to score enough points. Special teams did a fantastic job. Just really proud of the way our kids competed for 60 minutes and just kept fighting, scratching, clawing, battling injuries, battling weather, battling the scoreboard, and just competing. So with that.
What adjustments did you make at halftime on defense?
On defense, I'll be honest, Coach Shannon did a fantastic job. We tackled a little bit better. The adjustments, you're going to have to talk to him about.
What was your
I worried about the offense at that time. So.
What was your message to the team then at halftime?
Keep competing. We talked about before we left the hotel, and we talked about before we left Orlando, play it like it's 0-0 for 60 minutes. Whether it's good or bad, you got to play it for 60 minutes, 0-0. We battled adversity, weather. The crowd was loud. We had some false starts. Too many penalties that hurt us early in the football game defensively. A couple that hurt us offensively, getting behind the chains in the super long third and longs, things that we hadn't been in before much throughout the season. But our kids just kept fighting, scratching, and clawing.
It wasn't your best first half offensively, but how big was it to execute that drive at the end? Snelly had the catch.
The 3 points at the end of the at the end of the half, obviously, were critical in the way the game got played out at the end. KZ makes a huge third down throw on a scramble. I think it was Snelly back inside on the catch, and then we're able to get 3 points out of it. So our guys have handled 2-minute situations really well throughout the season. KZ does a great job of operating in it, and we were able to take a shot because I trusted him to get the ball off and still go get the 3 points at the end too.
Those 2 fourth down conversions, is that the same play call? And then also, you called timeouts before both of them. Just what was sort of the process?
The last one, we were just making a decision whether we were going to go for it or not. One, to continue to wind the clock as much as possible and eat up the clock. Weren't able to get the personnel in, and at the end of the day, both play calls are the same. I not seen it from the sideline, but our edges did a great job. Tristan Hill did a great job. Taj on the long run on the 4th and 1 in the third quarter. Huge momentum play in the game and changed the way the end of the third quarter and fourth quarter was played.
How are you able to improve that running game in the second half? I think you did 31 yards rushing in the first half. How are you able to improve that?
Hit a couple big ones. Greg McCray had really good patience on the drive that he was in with some of the counter plays that we hit. We were close on some other things too. We just didn't finish on some of the edges. They're really good up front. Give them a ton of credit. They're big, they're physical, and they're long, and they made it tough on us all day.
Mackenzie Milton had, I saw the flip in for the touchdown in the second half, and then he went down a little bit later in the fourth quarter. When you talk about his toughness that he was able to kind of demonstrate in that second half?
Man, you talk about, as a quarterback, you're down multiple scores on the scoreboard. It hasn't gone perfect the entire day. You come out at halftime, rain's pouring down, you're fighting the elements. Just the ultimate competitor and super calm in all situations. We take the shot, the ball comes out the back of his hand with a wet ball. He comes back and just continues to play, makes a couple of huge third down throws to Koob, the one to Koob in third and maybe 11. There was a huge play in the game where we end up going and scoring. He's the ultimate team guy. He is the real deal. Smart, competitive, great leader. Our guys feed off of him.
Not every team can come back from 16 down. Did you learn something about this team today?
I learned that we're gonna operate as a team. We're gonna come closer together when adversity strikes. We're going to continue to compete with everything that we got. We're good enough, we got enough playmakers that you just got to keep fighting when it's not going your way, and eventually you turn it in the right direction. I think our team grew closer together through what happened today, absolutely.
This was a team that didn't commit a lot of penalties coming in, and you had a bunch today. Can you put your finger on why things were kind of happening the way they were in terms of penalties?
Defensively, we had a bunch of offside penalties in the first half. Hard count. They were using the hand clap, I believe, and at the end of the day, we can't do that. It changed the way third downs were played, fourth down situations. We had an opportunity to get them off the field a couple of times, and that helped extend the drive. Offensively, we had some penalties as well, false starts, some of that's crowd noise. Some of that may have been what they were doing up front with the cadence as well.
How much of the weather impacted the offense, or really the defense?
The weather impacted the game. You can't watch that game and not understand that the third quarter and the fourth quarter too, the game was dramatically affected by the weather. Fumbles, ball comes out the backhand of KZ when we're taking a shot down the field, got a guy running open. The exchanges, bad snaps on both sides, and it affected it. That's college football. You got to play through the elements and just keep fighting.
How much of that Taj McGowan touchdown really energized the sideline? You're just trying to get a first down, and he takes it all the way to the house.
We had a drive and end up, I can't remember how that drive ended. You with me? But we were in 4-down territory and end up not getting to the 4th down and punt it because we get way behind the chains on the previous drive. And then you're stuck in a 4th and 1 critical situation, 2-possession game. You feel like you got to make a play to kind of help extend it and get some momentum on your side. It's also a really manageable situation. We've been in a bunch of 3rd and longs. You look at our 3rd down conversion rate, by far the worst of the season. Some of that's the 3rd downs we were in, some of that's them, some of that's the elements too. But at the end of the day, just felt like it was an opportunity for us to extend the drive and get to the next play. Little did I know he's going to take it the distance. We handled that situation, the 4th downs, really well the entire day.
Can you describe your feeling when that last receiver gets tackled in bounds, those last seconds are taken off the clock? What are you feeling?
You look at the sidelines, man. You look at me in the post game, man. Excited as all get up. I'm so proud of our entire program to go on the road, a really good environment against a good football team, and to fight through everything that we fought through today to just try to find a way to make a play to ultimately win a football game. So proud of the defense. You look at what happened in the first half and the way they come out and play in the second half. You talk about coming through adversity and just continuing to compete and believe in one another. Couldn't be more proud of our program.
Okay, Matt, did you have one more? Or no?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, Josh, what do you want your team to take from this victory when we move forward?
That we went 1-0. At the end of the day, pay no attention to the scoreboard. It's 0-0. Just continue to compete and play ball. There's a bunch of things on Monday when we come back in the morning that our kids need to learn from, because there's things that we did in this ball game that will hurt us in future ball games that we can't continue to do. If we correct those things, then we'll have a chance to go 1-0 next week too.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.